Reading comprehension,
Comprehension.
it's for Tuesday. Sorry, for
Sorry
Thursday.
for Thursday.
For today.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is today's class. Okay, so on Tuesday last week, I told you that today we were going to be needing some formal speech or formal expressions, if you may. So, so yep, that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to work with lesson D from viewpoint one. That is an advanced course, but uh, it is really interesting. It has some really interesting topics. And well, we're going to be working with lesson D, and the topic is online footprints. Now, what does it sound like when when you hear online footprints? What do you imagine when you hear the expression online footprints? No? No one? Online footprints.
Is it related to your, I don't know, the history of your browser, of what you are looking for in the internet, in Google or something like that?
Yes, that's precisely it. Or well, it is close to the actual meaning of online footprints. But yes, it is your search. How do you call it? Record, let's say. Are you having problems with the echo again? Okay. Is it with your classmates or with me? Yes, so bad. Classmates. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna have to work like we have been one by one. Okay? All right, good. Well, that's we're gonna make it work. Don't worry. All right. So yes, as I told you, the online footprints are well, uh, the search history that you have on your computer or online. It doesn't matter uh, exactly where. It can be on Facebook, it can be on Instagram, it can be on any platform, and it wouldn't make a difference. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is look for um, look for examples in this in this article about what the online footprints can be. Okay, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you yeah, exactly like that. Yes, Jose Luis. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Let me set the timer. Thirty seconds. There it is. Yes. Okay. So in 30 seconds, I want you to read for the general ideas or for, well, the specific information I'm asking you, which are examples of online footprints. Okay, are you ready? In three, two, one, go. 30 seconds. Find some examples. Time. So what can you tell me about online footprints? Uh, Carolina says photos from parties, comments. Okay, what else? Is that it? At the very beginning, it said that their photo posted, and because of that photo, there were consequences. Yes. Okay, so the online footprints that we leave behind can be photos from any kind. I mean, from any event, let's say parties or gatherings or whatever, school things. The comments that we leave behind as well are online footprints. The 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 search history might be as well online footprints. But the thing is that, yep, basically everything we post in on social media. Very good. Now we're going to read the article and think before you post some because a public social network. It's only for your friends. It isn't only for your friends. Okay, yeah, that's a good advice. Very good. So yes, now what we're going to do is read the article again. This time we're going to take our time and we're going to answer this question. What examples of digital dirt can you find? Okay, I'm going to give you, well, no, take your time and let me know when you finish reading so we can comment on digital dirt. Okay, please. Ready? Ready? Hello. Are you ready? Now, what examples of digital dirt can you tell? Or what examples did you find?
Inappropriate online content.
Can you repeat that, please? Or write it?
Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah, inappropriate online content. Now, what can be considered inappropriate online content? I mean, for Facebook nowadays, it's pretty much everything, but for for other platforms, what would be considered digital dirt? You can write it in the chat if you want. Or I think it is the only way for us to communicate now. Uh, Photograph or comments, but what kind of photographs or comments?
Maybe make a bad comment with a photo.
Okay. All right. So about about a teacher. Do you have something to say, Carolina? A selfie. Oh my God. Well, yes, any inappropriate comment or photograph can be put down by the social media. I don't know how to call them, regulators, vigilantes. I don't know, but yes, pretty much a selfie. I don't think a selfie could be considered a inappropriate. Well, it all depends. If it's my face, then yeah, it would be inappropriate. But your face, nah, your face is good. Yes, exactly. Depending on the type of selfie. Perhaps with let's try to keep our clothes on for selfies, and that would be nice. I think that would be good enough for any platforms. However, if there are some, oh, really? Uh, damn. Oh well. Uh, do you think it was because of the picture or because of what the person said? Corpse. Taking care of vocabulary as well. Yes, we need to be very careful not to insult anyone on Facebook. Yeah, that's pretty subjective issue, let's call it, because there might be some things that are not offensive to you, but that might be offensive to someone else. But I think that for Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, which are a little bit more relaxed on that issue, uh, I don't think that I don't think yes, I did as well. Uh-huh. And what was I saying? Yes, about inappropriate content. But like if, for example, something is offensive to you, I don't think they will take it down only because of you, right? There has to be a certain amount of people complaining about it for them to actually take action, you know? But if not, they are just going to give you like a warning or something like that. Like the 3-day block from Facebook. Like you know, they do not take down your account. However, you are not allowed to post or share or like or anything for 3 days the first time. That is the penalty. But after that, if you commit another, let's say, crime on Facebook, they are going to ban you for 7 days, and then for 2 weeks, and then for a month, and then eventually they will take down your account. So that's what happens with digital dirt. And what consequences do you think it might have if we think about it exponentially, you know? Like let's say if you post inappropriate um, inappropriate reflections or quotings, quotations. Yeah, that is a possibility. However, if I mean, eventually people will start to notice that you're only doing it for well, just to to start something like a an online war, let's say an online war between people, and you're just trying to create some conflict where there isn't. So I think that's I think the hardest part comes after your group of people realize who you really are. Yes, exactly. I think that you cannot hide your yourself, you know? You can only hide it for so long. I mean, uh, truth always comes to light, and eventually people will start to notice that even though you change accounts every now and then, they are going to start noticing that you are the same person, and eventually stop, you know, following you, or they are going to start unfriending you and things like that, just because of digital dirt. Now, uh, taking back the question, what do you think the consequences could be for uh, having digital dirt, or things like that? It affects you not to get a job, not to get something you really want. Okay, yeah, something. All right, good. Being rejected from college or a job. Okay, but now uh, we have a question here. Do you think it is fair for companies and universities to judge you for what you upload online? Do you think it's fair, or what do you think? Because it says right here that people are, you know, companies are evolving, universities are evolving. Uh, Before the online thing, before social networking, there used to be a thing that you had to send an essay to the university that you wanted to join. And besides that, for companies, you had to go to an interview and go through many filters to see if you were capable of doing the thing that they are hiring you for, you know? But right now, do you think it is fair for people to be judged by their digital, well, let's not call it digital dirt, but their online footprints? Is it fair? Does it, how can I say it? Does it, you have to take things seriously. Okay, well, that's a good point. However, yes, but wouldn't that be taking things personally? I mean, to 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 make a judgment, there shouldn't be feelings or emotions or personal thoughts involved, right? In the case of a job or a university applicant, yes. Like, if you don't like someone you have on Facebook, you can always unfriend them or unfollow them. But exactly, that is my point. They need to be objective, not subjective, right? They need to think if you have the capabilities of doing the thing they are requiring at the moment, right? Because some can criticize the agency for things that you publish or that you post. Yeah. Uh, okay. So you think it's fair then for people to judge you? Let's say if you let's if there is only a photo among 1,000, it is subjective. How come? Oh, I see. Okay. I see your point, Berenice. All right. Well, the thing, what was I saying? Oh, I forgot. For example, yes, if the person from human resources that is hiring at the moment doesn't like dogs, but you do, you love dogs, and actually you happen to have 10 dogs at your home, do you think that if they do not hire you because they tell you, you know what, you just not, you're not hired because I do not like dogs, and well, as it turns out, you have plenty of them. We saw it on your social media, and I just don't want to hire you. What would you think? Would it be the same thing for a university? But it is. Exactly. If they want you to be professional, they have to be professional, right? You have to preach with the example, let's say. Mhm. All right. Well, any last comments on this? Do you have any questions? And what can be the conclusion here? To take care of what we post. All right. Well, yes, I think that is in general, well, that is the main idea of this article, to be careful with what you post or what you share with the rest of the world, because um, well, if you dig deep enough, you can find many things from people you don't even know and from people from all around the world. So if you can find them, they can find you. So be careful what you what you share with the rest of the world. I think that would be a good conclusion to this article. And well, if it helps you get a good job or get into a good university, well, that's a plus. All right, let's continue. Now we have here, check your understanding. Are the sentences true or false? So we have 6 sentences, and do you? All right, we're going to read the article again. I'm going to give you 1 minute to do it, and after that, we are going to um, respond if the sentences are true or false according to this article. Okay, so take 1 minute starting now to do it. Ready? Okay, here it is. Now, number one, who can tell me if it's true or false? False, says Carolina. Is it correct? Do you all agree? False, false, false. Okay. Okay, you all agree. Number two, is it true or false? It is true. Number three, true. Three is true. Number four, number four is true. Okay. Number five, true as well, or false? False, true, false, 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 false. I reckon it's false. Yeah. Number six, false as well. Okay, very good. Very, very good. All right, guys. Let's continue. Yes, they were all correct, by the way. Now, we have here formal verbs. So remember I told you on Thursday, sorry, that we were going to work with formal speaking for the oral exam and for the written exam, correct? Now, what we're going to do is just try to create or memorize or learn some more formal words, okay, or verbs in this case. So for this, we have this example, this exercise, sorry. It says, find the verbs involved below in the article. Match the two parts of the sentences to find the meanings. Write letters A to G. Now, we're not going to read it in the article, but we are going to use our common sense, okay? Now, for example, number one, if you obtain something, you, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options. Okay, which option do you think is the best for the verb obtain? G, to get or achieve. Very good. Number two, if you withhold something from someone, you, Berenice says E, Jubia E as well. Very good. Lydia E, good. Number three, if people accuse you of doing something or of something, they, F. Say you did something bad or wrong. Good. Number 4, if you promote something, you say it is a good thing. Very good. If you deny doing something, you say you didn't do it. Mhm. Number 6, if employers reject a job applicant, they don't want that person. And the last one, if you regret doing something, you, well, D, are sorry that you did it. Mhm. Okay, very good. Now, what we're going to do is use these words in sentences. Okay, we are going to we're going to do one for each word or expression. We hold from, accuse of, doing, obtain, promote, deny, reject, and regret. Okay, so take 5 minutes to do it. All right, one sentence for each. All right, yes or no? I'll take your silence as a yes. All right. It would be very helpful for me if you turn down your camera so I can see that you agree or that you disagree, that you know, that I'm actually talking to people and all that. So if you're comfortable enough with your face today, please let me see it. And we'll take 5 minutes to do it. All right, good. I'll be right here. Are you ready?
Let's say something you can achieve it.
What?
Achieve it.
Achieve it.
Okay.
What? I didn't understand what you said, man. All right, Jose Luis. It doesn't matter. It can be any tense that you want, but try to use these verbs. All right. Looks like all of you finished, or well, most of you at least. So let's hear almost. All right, one more minute and we start to check. Okay. All right, good. Certification in English. All right, I think we can begin now to check. So tell me 148. Okay. So we're going to check just of your seven of your school rejects from discharge. Let's see, let's accused from accused by many students. Okay, good. Well, I think I have plenty of examples here in the chat. So uh, let's just check the ones that you haven't. Well, the ones that haven't. I good. After a year, I obtained my degree to promote the use of masks for the pandemic. Good. We have some good examples here. The prisoner was accused by his wife. There were lots of evidence against him. What did he do though? Um, Around 6 years ago, I obtained a scholarship to study in Spain. Is that true? It would be awesome to be granted a scholarship. The university withholds your papers until you pay the fees. Good. Should promote. Oh yeah, already. Right, we're good. So do you have any questions on how to use these verbs, the meanings of them, or the situations in which you can use them? Or is it all clear? Nope, all clear? All right, good. It's okay. Good. All right, perfect. Let's continue then. Here we have a listening part, the listening part of the lesson. What's the meaning? What is the meaning of withhold? Um, well, it's right there. Withhold something from someone, you keep it and don't give it to that person. So it's pretty much just kind of like kidnapping something from someone. Like the examples that we have here. The university, where is it? The university withholds your papers until you pay the fees. Yes, or until you graduate. Mhm. It's pretty much the same that happens with a job. When you get a job, they usually ask for your papers, not the original ones, obviously, but they withhold a copy of the originals, just well, until you quit uh, or you're fired, you know. So yeah, that is withhold. Okay. Now listening and speaking, but is it fair? Yeah, thank you. Uh, Read the question below. How many reasons can you think of to support a yes and a no answer? Make two lists. So today's online debate is it fair for employers to check out job applicants online? Well, we already discussed this. So what we're going to do now is to listen to two people debate the question about, which is this one. Now, who answers yes, it's fair, and no, it's not fair to the question? Which of the reasons in your list did they use? So we're going to try to remember some of the points that we gave out when we were talking about this, right? Like, for example, is it fair for employers to check out job applicants online? You said, uh, okay, here it is. You said yes, because you want to have a good public image. If you do not accomplish what they are looking for, yes. If you want to be a professional, you have to take things seriously. They have the privilege to reject people if they are not, if they do not accommodate their, well, the profile they're looking for. So yeah, we have plenty um of reasons why, or of reasons to say yes to this question. Okay, now let's hear these two people, Rosa and Daniel, discuss the same question as we did. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to listen? Yep. Okay, good. Yes. All right. With one of two of you responding to my questions, I'm just going to take it uh, to make it general, you know? If one of you says yes, then it's a yes for all of you. All right, let's listen.
Page 17. Lesson D. Online footprints. 3. Listening and speaking. But is it fair? B. Listen to two people debate the question above. Who answers yes, it's fair, and no, it's not fair to the question? Which of the reasons in your lists did they use?
Employers basically want people who will fit in. After all, what you do online shows your true personality.
But your online profile is private information.
So you think it's private? On the contrary, if I can see your profile by looking online, it's not private, it's public. It tells me things that I won't see in an interview.
Yes, but what you see on social networking sites is not the whole person. Social networking sites don't tell you what people are like at work.
I know what you mean, but you need to consider the cost. Employers need to be very careful about the people they employ because it's very expensive to recruit and train new staff.
Yes, I agree. But on the other hand, as an employer, you can't own your employees 24/7. Everyone has a right to have fun in his or her free time.
True, but if I'm looking at two people for the same job, I'll probably avoid the person who's always partying.
However, just because they party a lot doesn't mean people are bad at the job. For some jobs, you need friendly, outgoing people.
But it's not just party photos, it's blogs and postings and comments too. For example, I don't want to hire somebody with an off color sense of humor or someone who sounds arrogant. I want someone who will fit in and work well with other people.
Well, I can see that. On the one hand, you don't want to employ difficult people. But on the other hand, people change at work and behave in a different way with friends. So while the internet may show you one side of a person, you really need to see what a candidate is like in person before you can decide.
Okay, so with how many of our reasons do they do they agree with? Sorry. How many of our reasons? Or with all of them? What do you think? Guys,
I think it depends on who we are talking about, if Rosa or Daniel.
okay, who says yes and who says no?
Rosa says yes and Daniel said no.
Okay, now, do you agree or, well, do we agree with Rosa or with Daniel?
In my case, I agree with Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. I agree with Daniel because said that people. Oh,
Because people what?
um, is people work with. I forgot the sentence.
Okay, don't worry, take your time. Yes, yep, Carolina.
Okay, I agree with Daniel because if we are applying to have a job, well, to get a job, it doesn't mean that we're going to belong to the employers 24/7. So we have the chance to have fun and all that stuff. But I also agree with Rosa because she says that there's not everything about parties, and we
Okay,
can like manage what kind of things we are going to post.
okay, good. Well, I think if we looked at it from the employer perspective, I think it is fair for them to research the people they are going to hire or that they are considering hiring. Yes. But as an employee to be, uh, I think we can uh, play some cards, like for example, we can, as you said, we can manage the things that people can see about us, or we can always take down photos if we are if we know we are applying to get a job, we can always, edit our profiles online, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
we can manage what they can see and what they can't see.
exactly. So it is a 50-50, perhaps. It is fair for them to research us, but on the other hand, it is not good for them to know everything about us, right? Because where's the privacy at? You know, we need our privacy. And as who was it? Who said something about privacy and your personal life and all that?
Daniel, in the audio,
Daniel,
Daniel.
but you, one of you
Yes,
said
me,
it was you,
me and the Guadalupe.
Guadalupe, right? Uh-huh.
Yes.
That it is also not fair for them to judge us for what we are when we're not working, right? And Berenice is saying something. She agrees with Rosa. Once in the job, her boss discovered that one of the just hired dealers was a criminal just because she checked out Google. Well, I don't know what to say. What kind of criminal was it? Well, I don't want to know, really. But yes, in that case, it is fair for them, I think. It is fair for them to look uh, to look for information about their employees, right? But I mean, they can always ask for a criminal record thing when they are applying for a job. Yes, Carolina?
Also, once when I was applying to for a job to be a teacher
Hmm.
in elementary school, they have like 10 folders of people like waiting to be checked, but one of them was like rejected because it said that the person who was applying once I don't know how to explain it, but demanded the other school, his last school, went to a in front of a jury and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. He sued them, right? Like he was going through some legal stuff. That's what you're saying?
Yes, so that was the reason why they didn't hire him.
Well, uh, they, companies often don't take that risk. That if you have that record of, suing people or companies, they're just going to see you as trouble, for them, for the company, for the rest of your coworkers. So you usually have no chance if you have done that before. But
So we should not do that.
I mean, only if it is necessary, because if it is, if you are right when you're saying it, when you're doing it, sorry, like for example, if they didn't pay you the last 3 months and they are thinking about firing people or cutting out people, and you are one of them, I mean, you can sue them. Exactly, only if it's absolutely necessary for you to get what they owe you, what should be yours because you worked for that money. Because honestly, who works for fun, right?
Yeah, that's a good reason. Also, like you were saying that they ask for a criminal record. I remember that when my father entered to be a teacher for SEP, he
Mhm.
was asked to bring them his criminal record, only to
Yes.
see if he was clear or not.
Yes. Yeah, and it is not that expensive. I was asked to get a criminal record letter card. I don't know the name of it, but I was asked and have been several times, not because of my looks or or anything, but because it is important to have that information updated. You know, like I
I
mean,
think it's more common with men. I
yeah,
was never asked to bring that.
and that is what is it called? Sexism.
Racism too. Um,
That is
I
sexism.
yeah,
We
I
should
think so.
protest. But I mean, it's nothing. I mean, it's just a couple hours going to the. Uh, I don't know what that place is called. Not even in Spanish. I can't remember. But it's a 1 2 hour trip to that place where you get it, and that's it. It's like 100 pesos or something like that. You just have to pay, and they give it to you. And if you do have criminal record, they start to investigate you, and probably you're going to be retained for a couple of hours to see if that case, let's call it, it's active or not.
I recently have a similar experience. I went to take out my cedula at SAT, and they took like all my fingerprints, and also
Yes.
like a photo of my eyes. My
Mm.
father told me it was the iris,
Yeah, the
so
irises.
they can, yeah, so they can have like a record in the SAT,
Mhm.
because I needed my electronic signature.
Yeah, yeah. Government. What are they called? Uh, well, government places take money pretty seriously. So yeah, more than help you, they actually are getting tools for for the future if you in any way do not fulfill the things they are requiring you to do. They are just going to use all that information to bring you down, you know. So it is important not to play hard with these guys. It also depends. Depends on the job. For instance, if you want to work as a babysitter, you need a lot of good references. Yeah, and that is true. That is true. However, in that case, you are entrusting someone with your baby or babies, and I cannot imagine leaving my baby. Well, in the future, because I do not have babies now. I can't imagine leaving my baby with someone I do not know, right? Bec- Uh, I I just can't. I couldn't. Babysitters are not for me, I guess. Well, for my babies. For me, it can be. I get it. Yes. When I started in town hall, they asked, yeah, and all the documents. Yes, they are necessary. Also, as kindergarten teachers, we need a lot of references too. Yes, and it's all about that. It's all about how you look to other people, other than how you are, right? So it's all about bias and prejudice. and all that. But yeah. All right. Now let's continue with exercise 5. Um, after that debate or discussion other than a debate because well we were all on the same side, I think. All right, now we are going to listen again and write the 2 missing words in each sentence. Okay.
Page 17. 3. Listening and speaking. But is it fair? C. Listen again and write the 2 missing words in each sentence.
We're going to listen to the recording again or parts of the recording, and we're going to write the 2 missing words for each sentence. Okay, here it goes.
Employers basically want people who will fit in. After all, what you do online shows your true personality.
But your online profile is private information.
So you think it's private? On the contrary, if I can see your profile by looking online, it's not private, it's public. It tells me things that I won't see in an interview.
Yes, but what you see on social networking sites is not the whole person. Social networking sites don't tell you what people are like at work.
I know what you mean, but you need to consider the cost. Employers need to be very careful about the people they employ because it's very expensive to recruit and train new staff.
Yes, I agree. But on the other hand, as an employer, you can't own your employees 24/7. Everyone has a right to have fun in his or her free time.
True, but if I'm looking at 2 people for the same job, I'll probably avoid the person who's always partying.
However, just because they party a lot doesn't mean people are bad at the job. For some jobs, you need friendly, outgoing people.
But it's not just party photos, it's blogs and postings and comments too. For example, I don't want to hire somebody with an off-color sense of humor or someone who sounds arrogant. I want someone who will fit in and work well with other people.
Well, I can see that. On the one hand, you don't want to employ difficult people. But on the other hand, people change at work and behave in a different way with friends. So while the internet may show you one side of a person, you really need to see what a candidate is like in person before you can decide.
Do you have the answers or do you want to listen again? Yeah, you have the answers? Okay. Remember, if only one of you says yes, then it's a general yes for me. Let's check. Number 1, Carolina, please.
1A. On the other hand, Rosa believes that what you do online shows your true personality. Should I say B?
Yes, please.
B. On the other hand, Daniel argues that your online profile is private information.
Okay, good. Do you all agree with those responses? Yes. Public or private? Carolina answer for everybody as well. Public or private? Private. Private. Okay, private it is. Good. Number 2. Yeah, because he's against. Luis.
Rosa says online profiles tells you what you want to see in work. I don't know.
Mm,
In an interview,
in an interview, yes. Part B, Ila, please.
Um, Daniel thinks social networking sites don't tell you what a person is like. I don't have that teacher.
You don't
It
have
is
that one?
like a
In
no
work,
No, it's like work.
work or
At work.
I think that I have missing one. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay,
At work
work.
is good. Very good, Julia. Thank you. Number 3, please. Whoever wants to participate.
It's very expensive. That
Uh, Rosa argues that it's
it's
very
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 expensive
expensive, yes.
expensive to
to
recruit and
recruit
train new staff.
new stuff.
Mhm. Part B. Uh,
Daniel believes me.
yeah,
Daniel
yeah,
believes that everyone has a right to have fun in his own on her free time on her free time.
yes. To have have
Phone.
fun. Yes, good. Do you all agree?
Yes,
Good. Okay, number 4.
me.
All right.
Rosa says companies want people who will fit in and work well with other people.
Okay, do you all agree? Work well? I just need one yes. Another person. Yes, all right, there it is. Good. And the last one, part B. Daniel argues that people behave in a different way.
With friends,
Yes, with friends. Very good. Okay, do you all agree with that? Everyone except Carolina because she gave the answer. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's smiley face. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, good. All right, very good. Um, hold on one second. Well, yes. Okay, very good. Um, well, that would be it for today. But tomorrow we are going to finish the we're going to finish this lesson, okay, and begin with the other one. All right. For tomorrow we have, let me see, conditionals. Okay, so we're going to begin with conditionals. Yay! It is one of my favorite topics as well. That in the passive voice, I just love them. So yes, tomorrow we are going to finish, as I told you, with giving contrasting ideas with expressions like on the one hand and on the other hand and things like that. Okay, so we're going to have one debate and I'll have everything ready for it. Okay, so don't worry. So yes, that will be it for today.